Starting this over, September 3rd, 2024, 5:24 p.m. My cat Lucky is gone this morning and after I woke up and this afternoon. So in case anybody has him, he's a white male cat with black on top. And that's the one I call good boy, buddy stuff. If he comes back, fine. If he's with someone else, no one else should have him. And just like my other cat, Nutsy, before he disappeared, was it November 16th and November 10th, November 16th, I think, 2023. So I'm the only person that should have access to him. But this is for youtube.com/@IMWADEHEINEMAN. And I talk in a lower voice, as I've always said, a more quiet voice when I'm talking into the speaker now, doing my videos, audios. And as you can see, I'm half mile north of Fairbank here. I should get my 10.7-inch hand in there. And I'm in the shadow of the shed right now. And there's my dad's John Deere zero-turn mower against the boat back there. You can see it. That's my father's. It has no motor in it, so he put it in there against the boat there. And I just talked to the Social Security office about that boat. It does not run. The floor is destroyed in the bottom, and the trailer does not have a title to it right now. So I talked to them about that. They know about it. They knew about it in 2022. So I explained the whole situation to them. I'm Wade Allen Heineman. I was parked in my van half mile north of Fairbank around 4:15, 9:2 to 9:3 around 10:40 a.m. And I left today. What time did it? Oh, must have been 10:10. That's 10:10 a.m. Not 10:40. I left about 10:10 a.m. x.com/WADES2ND. So, when I'm projecting my voice in public, it's going to sound more like this. When I'm talking into a microphone an inch away, it's going to sound like this, because in public, I want to be heard. So I got to talk a little louder and project my voice. I've said this over and over again. It's still my voice that sang Coward Boys on YouTube that have been locked out a long time. Little coward boys, they don't tell the truth. It's September 3rd, 5:24 p.m. I'm doing my YouTube for youtube.com/IMWADEHEINEMAN. And that's a comedic voice. For that song that I made up, it is a comedic voice. It is not my normal singing voice. I normally sing like Waylon Jennings, Elvis Presley, Greg Brown, George Strait, Frank Sinatra. That type of stuff is what I'm usually singing. I don't sing Michael Jackson or anything like that. Okay. I was at Waterloo Social Security office between 3:15 and 3:50 today. People were anticipating in front of me. Like when I left Reedland today, I was at the bank in Reedland, 10.7-inch hands. And again, did I say that was the John Deere zero-turn mower in there that my dad put in there because it doesn't have a motor? I don't know if I put that on this video or the one I had to stop recording before, but I told them Social Security office about that boat. And that's out toward V68. There's the mobile home right there. I've not slept in the mobile home all of August or September. So whatever's being done in the mobile home, it's not mine. It's my mother's, which I signed it over to her years ago now, I think. I don't remember when it was exactly. Trying to remember all the dates. It's not my strong point as far as stuff that isn't that important. Like as far as, something like that. When it happened, it's not a date that sticks in my mind. So I have to look at the paperwork on that. But people were anticipating where I was going to go after I left Reedland. There was a guy that passed me in a red Dodge truck, and I don't have anything against any, brand of vehicle or color or what they're trying to do with that. But I just, my sense said don't follow him. So I turned off as soon as possible, and I went to Denver to get some food, and I forgot the bridge was out to Denver, so I had to take a little gravel detour to the south, and I went to Denver. Quick start, I ran into a female named Lorraine who was white, and I dated her in 1996 when I was managing Canterbury Court apartments for Operation Threshold and some of their other apartments. I was doing the maintenance management stuff at that time. I was, 24 years old, and I was afraid of marriage, so I broke up with my girlfriend then, who I dated on and off, named Cindy, who graduated from Columbus in 1995. Broke off with her so I could date Lorraine because I was fearful of marriage. I may have thought about getting engaged to Cindy at the time if I was in my mind to be thinking about marriage at all, which my mind had just kind of blocked off that possibility because I didn't learn anything from my parents' marriage. So that's the entire truth about it. So I think Lorraine believed Cindy at the time. Cindy was upset and jealous, which I don't blame her because I broke it off with her and then I started dating Lorraine like right away. So I understand she was upset and jealous, but she came knocking on the door one night when Lorraine and I were in the bedroom, and she kept pounding on the door, she wouldn't leave. So I finally went out there and I was still nude, and I answered the door because I don't know, it was just stupid, stupid of me. But her and her friend were standing there. What was her friend's name? I can picture her, but I can't remember her first name right now. We're standing in the hallway there, and it was a last name Hilmer, Hailmer was her friend's last name. I won't say the first name because I don't remember it. But since you don't know the first name, you don't know who it is. So they, there was that situation, and then Lorraine thought I was cheating on Cindy with her because Cindy showed up and she knew I dated Cindy before. I'd broken it off with Cindy. I did not cheat on Lorraine with anyone, but I think Lorraine thought I did. So she ended up breaking up with me, or she left and didn't come back, or whatever. I don't know. It's too long ago, but it was a short relationship. But I didn't do anything wrong. Lorraine thinks I did, I believe, and I don't know if she still holds a grudge that way. But when I run into her, there's just something. It seems like she holds something against me in the short relationship we had. But it, we've been friendly since. When we run into each other, she doesn't ignore me. She talks to me friendly, and I talk to her friendly. It's fine. It's just I've had PTSD since 2016, and so the only two times I've talked to her, she stopped here one time when I was out by the road, proving I was home, and her, I don't know, she had an Escalator Tahoe or something like that, and nice newer one, and black or white one, I can't remember, but she was in that. She stopped, and it was between 2016 and 2021. I still can't recall what year it was because, again, it wasn't one of those things where I got to remember when this happened. So as time goes by, it just kind of like gets pushed back in my memory because nothing happened like significant with her stopping by. But I ran into her in Quick Star in Denver, and we had a conversation, mostly me talking because I want people to understand what's been going on to my life in case they've heard about all the staged lies or know about surveillance, that stuff. So I was telling her all about the staged lies and people claiming that I made the children when I'm not, and I said something about not having sex for 6+ years, not having sexual contact for 6+ years, and she I guess her 16-year-old daughter was there, and I didn't really pay too much attention to who was next to her when I got there, or whether they were together, or how old she was, the female next to her, because I was focused on seeing Lorraine because I hadn't seen her for several years anyway. Um, she's white. Lorraine kind of sounds like could be a black female's name, but she's white. and it's like an old name. I think Lorraine used to be a more common name for older ladies, I think. But I think she said she's around 5 years younger than me, approximately. Um, so there was that, and then I went to the Waterloo Social Security office, and then there was people in front of me. After I left Reedland, and I turned off because of that red Dodge, and I don't care, what group that represents. I don't know what group that represents. It's just I had a feeling I shouldn't follow it because of staged lies that I was doing what other people told me to do or whatever. So I turned off. I wanted to get something to eat. So I went to Denver, which is only 5 miles away or so from the Reedland Highway, and I forgot the bridges out. So I had to go around gravel a little bit to get to Denver. Got there, ran into Lorraine, talked to her for a little while. Then I went, I was just, after that, I wanted to go to Janesville. And then I went to the Janesville Quick Star there. And then like a guy in full dress camo came out, looking like he just swallowed canary or whatever, and was big grin on his face, stupid grin on his face, and wearing full camo head to toe in the middle of the day, September 3rd. It wasn't military camo. It was just hunting camo. So he could have been duck hunting somewhere or something. I don't know if there's duck hunting in early September, but there's not too many things where you'd be wearing camo. He could have been duck hunting though. So, but I don't know what his grin was about. But he was in his 20s. He looked similar to me, only had more facial hair and thinner. People can't comparing me to people in their 20s is quite unfair. Physically trying to compare me to people that are fit in their 20s when I'm 52 years old, and I was fit a lot of my 20s too, but I'm 52 now, so compare me to 52-year-olds if you're going to compare bodies, not to 20-somethings. Anyway, went to the Social Security. I wasn't necessarily going to go to the Social Security office, but then these people that were anticipating where I was going, I was kind of just turning away from them. And I ended up going to the Social Security office because they were in front of me. I kept turning the opposite way, and I ended up thinking I should go there. And I had it in my mind to go there anyway because it's the first of the month, and I wanted to tell them what I did with the camper because earlier in the month I changed vehicles and I bought that camper and I put it up there, and I wanted to make sure that's what I was going to do with it. So I waited until now to report that. You got 10 days after the first of the month that you made a change. So that's what I did. I still had another 7 days to report what I did. So that's what I did, and told him what I was sleeping in my vehicle all month, and he was going to give it to someone else for processing. So that's what happened at Social Security office. I'm going to cut this down. It's at 13 minutes. Is there anything else I need to say? No sexual or physical contact. Oh, it was indicated 4:30 a.m. was the key time on radio without any context today. Someone on radio said 4:30 a.m. is the key time. It might have been when I turned my van, moved it from underneath the maple tree to the, what did I do? Moved it from the maple tree to the driveway, I think. I don't even remember now. But I moved it once, but there was also a point during the night that there was like a thud on top of the van. But the white cat I call Lucky, again, I call him Good Boy and stuff like that, he will jump on top of the van and then come around to the front and crawl in the window if I'll open the window for him. So that's what I thought it was. It sounded a little heavy to be him, but I was in the back of the van. I didn't want to get out and check what it was because if there's someone on top of the van in the dark and I stick my head out the window, I don't know what they have. So I at that point I didn't want to check. there might be another time where I do, but I just felt tired and I didn't want to get up there, get out and take a look to see if there was something else up there. But before, in 2018 to 2023, the frauds would get on top of the shed where the camper was inside where I'd sleep, and they would get on top and pretend that they were in there with me in the shed or in a camper with me when they're actually on top of the shed, or on top of the camper, maybe even at times when I was asleep in there. So I don't know what happened at 4:30 a.m. for certain, but I didn't do anything. I was by myself all night as usual. Nothing happened. Nothing. Didn't do anything with anybody. And let anybody in. I've had nobody on the property since 2016. Not a single person. Anyone out here who's been on this property is trespassing and breaking and entering, other than my parents, Jerry and Lois, who are 83 and 82 years old. So I don't know what it was. I've had no sexual or physical contact since 2016, as I've said. There's one other thing I wanted to mention. When I was searching for that grill over there, no one else should use it. It's right in front of the camper there. It's in very poor condition. It barely works anymore. Just a little bit of gas comes out of different areas. So you can cook for one person, but if you try to cook for a whole family, it's tricky. You could do it, but it's just tricky. The lighter nut will not work, which I'm suspicious of because the ignition always worked on it. And it's been indicated the frauds have used it. They're not supposed to be anywhere on this property. So I went into my van to look for, I know I had 2 lighters in a package and I'd taken one out. So there's 2 new lighters in this plastic tote that I have. Those are now gone. So they stole those. And while I was lifting the tote up, that multi-tool, it's not my vice grips, this is my new vice grips. I had an old vice grips. This is my new vice grips. I had an old vice grips that didn't have this plastic grip stuff on it. These are a lot nicer with these plastic grip. And I don't want to promote a knockoff of the actual vice grips, but vice grips are expensive now. And I had a multi-tool, and they stole, I believe they stole one of these and may have returned it now inside, and now they returned the multi-tool to the back of my van at some point. But they'll take stuff and then they'll stage lies with it, or they'll do something with it and then they'll return it. That's been going on since 2016 as well. So I just wanted to note that on this youtube.com/@IamWadeheim September 3rd, 2024, 5:24 p.m. in my Chevy van in front of the shed there. And you can see me you can kind of see me in there. You see me in the mirror? I don't know if you can or not. But anyway, signing off. Half mile north of Fairbank on B68. We should be able to see the broken down house beside the mobile home there. Signing off.